All right, everybody. So we're going to do a quick and dirty recording here because as of this recording, we are running out of time with the CBT, only a few hours left. So if you saw the last Leroy video, I mentioned it there, but I did not get a code for the CNT. I was just using a combination of Tekken 7 as well as move lists, which, lots of different people have uploaded onto YouTube. But now that I have the CBT, I got a code. I can do a recording in the actual beta. So we're going to do Leroy right now. There will be other character videos to come with Tekken 8 because I think I'm going to start switching in full to Tekken 8. I think we have enough information and there's enough video clips out there that I can start building some early at least preview videos so that people understand what these characters are doing and what the changes are. But with Leroy, they did make some changes from the CBT, and there were also a couple other things that I didn't notice with the CNT that I want to go over real quick. So let's just jump into it. So the first one, forward 3+4 is now back 3. So way easier input than forward 3+4. It looks like it's a little quicker to me. It's hard to tell, of course, because we didn't have the frame data tool previously. But, back 3 is still a much better input than forward 3+4. So obviously that is a very strong change. You'll notice that it's +8. So that is the same scenario as down 3-2 on hit, which means that if you do back 3 into 1+2, they shouldn't be able to step it, or at least either of his lows. If you do either of the lows, they shouldn't be able to step that. So +8 is really strong situation. So that's good to have confirmation of that, because I think I mentioned it in the CNT video that it seemed about the same as down 3-2, but now that we have a frame data tool, we can confirm that. So that's cool. Speaking of Hermit though, sidestep 1+2 is now a thing. This is a new move, as you can see there, very strong. On block. So it's about the same damage as doing like his Hermit sidestep into a 1-2-4 punish or something like that. But if they're just standing there and they're not attacking Hermit and they don't feel like ducking, it's +7. It is a high string. All of those punches are highs, but it gives you an opportunity to kind of keep up pressure. So it seems like a good move. Again, it's not something that he needed. It doesn't like perfectly fit any of his weaknesses or address any of his weaknesses, just another thing that he can use. So I won't complain. I mean, none of us really asked for it, but he now has it. More Hermit changes. 2-1 is not a move anymore. Instead, it's 2-3. So that second hit, you will notice, looks a lot like the new launcher, down forward 3+4. By itself, it does not launch. It just does this little knockdown. It does do the flop, so the new extender, but maybe that's why they changed it, so that there's better juggle opportunities. I don't really know, because this is a flop, so I don't know why they felt the need to change this other one, but it more or less works the same way. Actually, it is a nerf in the sense that that second hit, it does that on counter hit, whereas the old 2-1 just gave a full launch. It was a crumple launch. So this that little flip over that you just saw, you can get free hits off of that, but you're not gonna get a launch. So that is a nerf, unfortunately. The Hermit 1+2 string is gone now, so the back 1+2, you can still do it as back 1+2, but now it's just 1+2. So I guess that is a reasonable change, because with this new back 1+2 or 1+2 string, I don't know why you would have used the old 1+2 anyway. So I guess it's okay that they removed it, because you're going to be wanting to do this new string as it is. So just, you don't have to do this weird back 1+2 input. You can just do 1+2. Which, speaking of though, if you want to know where that went, one of the other changes, I should have gone the other way here. Whoops. One of the other changes at the end, actually, we don't know if this is a change or not. This might be something that just nobody found, but he has a blue spark. If you do a perfect parry into the follow-up, it gives you a different animation. So it's very similar. I guess you'll see that last hit looks a lot like the old Hermit 2-1. but you know, it does a little bit more damage, gives the knockdown, so your Oki is going to be better. It's kind of a cool thing. We're not sure. Chances are this is brand new, but he might have had this in the CNT and just nobody found it because nobody played him. Back one, this is kind of an interesting change. So it's 13 frames. So it was an 11 frame move in Tekken 7. So it was basically his version of a Magic 4. And now it's 2 frames slower. So that sucks. It might have been like this in the CNT, but now we have the frame data tool to actually, you know, confirm some of these frames. But yeah, 11 frames to 13 frames, that kind of matters because they changed a bunch of, like, you know, the down forward one string is a lot different now, and having a slower back one is going to hurt. Similarly, down 3-2, 16 damage, that's a nerf. I can't remember exactly how much damage it does in Tekken 7, but it does more than 16. I think it does 20 something. So this is a nerf to that to that string, and it's just I sigh because it's just kind of a theme with Leroy where his lows just do no damage. I mean, the new down back 3 does 12, down 4 does 9, down back 4 does 13, and this doesn't even give you the launch. We kind of explained that in the CNT video. Like, there's only certain situations where you can launch off of that. Down 2, 11 frames. Like, just his lows just do no damage. And because the Hell Sweep is now in Hermit, you know, that weakens his neutral lows even further, because he can't threaten with that. So that just sucks. And that kind of just goes towards the whole theme of these changes, which, you know, I guess I'll just kind of close out on this, is that nothing. So I played, the biggest change, and I'll kind of explain this as well as simultaneously talking about how Leroy is in Tekken 8, but nothing has really changed from the CNT, in the sense that you are still going to struggle a lot against really good defensive players. And I don't even know if I would say they need to be really good, just anybody who's turtled up, because you just can't do enough damage from your neutral lows to really threaten people. You have a friend of mine who you guys will probably hear from as Tekken 8 launches down the road is put it really bluntly, and he said that Leroy is stance locked. In order for you to get any kind of offense going, you need to get into Hermit. Now, I guess the good news is that if your opponent is aggressive, even mildly aggressive, and you're giving Leroy chances for counter hits and stuff like that, he's still really strong. But the problem is, like, not only do his lows suck, but even if they take the risk of ducking one of your lows, so like this, you know, is launch punishable if they block it because that second hit is a high. The only safe launcher he has, or safe mid launcher, excuse me, is either, well, his cane, which you only get once per match, or his orbital, which orbital is good, but it's not a mix-up tool. And all of his other mid launchers are extremely unsafe. Down forward 2-1, 1+2 is negative 18, as you can see there. Forward 2-2, negative 15. While standing 2, negative 14. Like, he has to take a huge risk. And although moves like down 1+2, back 4, these are all really good mids, but they don't really strike fear into people. Like, you need to be getting launches. You know, if you want to hard read somebody's a duck, you know, like how many characters have just a down forward 2 that will launch that's, you know, negative 13. He doesn't have anything like that, at least until he gets into heat. And that brings me to my next thing, because he actually did get a nerf with his heat. So you see here, and you'll remember from the CNT, one of his unique heat things is that any of his rapid punch combos do additional chip damage. Now the problem here is that it looks, I'm 99% sure, like they nerfed the way that this works, because you'll see here in the move list it says power up during heat partially uses remaining heat time. That second part, that is reworded. It last time, I'm trying to remember how exactly it was phrased, but it just said that it was powered up during heat. Now, if he goes to heat and he uses a rapid punch string, look at my bar. It starts using it. So he gets, what, 3 of those, 4 of those maybe, and then he's out of heat. And I mentioned this during the CNT video, but one of the things I thought maybe could kind of put him up there and give him, some some tier standing was if he could burst his heat early and just start spamming those rapid punch combos and do just tons of chip damage, and like it would force your opponent to start attacking or doing something, because you don't just want to eat all that chip damage for free. It's basically like eating lows or whatever. But they seem to have nerfed this. I'm almost 100% sure that it was not like that, that those rapid punch combos did not use any of your bar. So that's the one thing that I was so disappointed when I started playing the CBT and I was playing some matches with him, and I noticed that, because it felt like I was running out of heat way quicker than I should have been. And then I noticed that those rapid punch strings were using the bar, and it was deflating because I was like, all right, I'm going to actually play some matches. I'm going to try out this strategy of just bursting my heat and then trying to do a bunch of chip damage. And then lo and behold, you only get to use like 2 strings and then you're out of heat. And then what's worse is that these other, it's built into stuff like his parry thing. So if you get a parry and then you do that follow-up, that's going to eat your heat. If you're in heat, that's going to use up some of your bar. So like something that just doesn't have anything to do with offense, which is what you would want to use that chip damage for, is now getting eaten up. So I don't know what the hell they're doing with this character. Like they're just making like the most random changes to him. They're really forcing Hermit, but not, I mean, Hell Sweep is good, but they're just, it's not good enough. Like that's the best way I can put it. His neutral tools, especially his neutral lows, need to be better in order for him to compete. So I feel really bad because I was hoping, like I had this outside hope that maybe they, this heat strategy and just doing a bunch of chip damage, maybe that could be the answer to anybody who's really turtled up, and unfortunately, it's not. So that's kind of where we stand. Not a whole lot different from the CNT. I'm trying to think. So I guess he got kind of a mix of changes from the CNT to the CBT, because some of the changes are good, like forward 3+4 is now back 3. But then, other things like the Hermit 2-3, I don't know why they changed that. So yeah, he's more or less in the same spot, except now that one hope, that glimmer of hope that he could use his heat to be an aggressive monster, is gone. So I guess that's the big thing. That's the big unfortunate thing. That said, so this, I'm going to end this video because, like I said, the CBT is wrapping up here soon. So expect some videos here soon, especially with the new character, Azucena. Since I am just not sold on Leroy at all, I've been looking at other characters to potentially switch to when Tekken 8 releases, and Azucena is very, very high on the list right now because she seems really good, and I have no doubt that there are some things that they are going to nerf about her. She's also really fun, but like I said, I've been collecting notes on all these characters, and even though once the CBT ends, I'll have to switch to just going through like move list videos, that's fine. We can still talk about the characters at that time, and I can get, like an early preview out for everybody, who wants to know how a character functions but hasn't had the chance to play the CBT or really watch, videos or streamers or whatever. So that will be the end of this video. Expect more coming. Hopefully we, get at one more beta, but we are very, very close to the Tekken 8 release. We're only 3 months away. And in fact, I probably would not expect any more Tekken 7 videos on the channel. I think we're going to start migrating to Tekken 8. We're going to do these preview videos, and then once the game releases, we'll kind of go through, see what they changed on the full release of the game, and then start putting out the very early guide videos. So thanks everybody for watching. Sorry to any Leroy players, including myself. I think it's time to switch until they know what the hell this character is supposed to be doing. But that being said, for anyone out there who got to play the beta, I hope you guys had fun with it. I've mentioned this before, but it just feels like more Tekken 7. So if you like Tekken 7, get ready, because this game is going to be a lot of fun. So everyone take care, and hopefully we'll see you in the Tekken lounges. Have a good one.